If you want to learn how to create a long-term nurture email sequence, you're in the right place. I'm going to show you my technique that I've been using, and it's been getting rave reviews from people on and off my list who want to know how to do it. I'm Simone Henry. I am a digital marketer slash marketing consultant, and we're going to talk about how to create a good long-term nurture sequence. Keep your people engaged, keep your audience engaged, and keep them on the list forever. How do you do that? Wonderful. So I was I was on a Zoom last week and was giving some advice, and someone from that group reached out to me to ask me to reiterate it. So I thought, well, hey, let me put it in a video so that everybody can find out how to do this. Okay, so what she wanted to know was how to make it consistent so that all of her leads can eventually flow into her her long-term nurture series. And then depending on where they come from, because sometimes they may come from, as a coach, they may come from a lead magnet that she gave away. They may come from um, people scheduling discovery calls with her. They may be people that she added to her list as people that she's been networking with. And ultimately, she wants them to come from these different places and flow ultimately into this one long-term nurture series. So she also wants to know, how long should it be? So we're going to talk about that. And what order the email should go in. And, how do we build know, like, and trust using our email list, our email sequence, and, offer valuable content and get engagement. So let's talk about, first of all, for a long-term nurture series, what do you send? Generally, a long-term nurture series doesn't include a lot of selling. You want to do what Gary Vee talks about with jab, 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 right hook. And Myron Golden talks about offering 10 pieces of great content, great value before you make the ask for the sale. So what do you send? Talk about stories from your life and your experiences as an entrepreneur. Offer tips and education to your audience. Check in with them. This is what I do on my list. I do all of these. I check in with them. Just, there is no ask for them to do anything. There is no ask for a sale for anything. I'm just checking in. Hey, how are you doing? Thinking about you. What's going on in your business? How can I help you? Sort of a soft sale, at times. Then there are times when, I don't ask if I can do anything really. I'm just asking how they are. And I had some text messages go out on Thanksgiving morning, and I got a lot of responses back. A lot of people were just happy that I thought of them. They wish me happy Thanksgiving. I wish them happy Thanksgiving. And it a lot of engagement when you just check in to say, hey, how are you? So, and then of course, you're running a business. Some of your emails should be you selling something, offering your services, offering a product. So, absolutely sell something. Okay. What if you take a break or you run out of content? What if, like sometimes I do, I get sick, I get a sickle cell crisis, and I end up in the hospital, and but I still want things to continue to run. Or what if you take a break, you go on vacation, or you get writer's block and you kind of run out of content to talk to your audience about? Do you just stop engaging with them? No, of course not. You don't want to do that. You use what I would call a forever nurture. I learned it from a gentleman named Steve Rosenbaum, and I'm going to share my screen and share with you what this Forever Nurture series looks like in my platform. I'm using a platform called Biz Greenhouse. And in this platform, I am able to create my email series. And so, yeah, and up here I call it Forever Nurture. And as you can see, there are people in different stages of the series. So, I start out with let me introduce myself or reintroduce myself if you already know me and give them some nuggets about where I am in my business right now, how I got started, why I decided to become a marketing consultant, and I also will send them an a message on a text message that just checks in with them. I send them some tips and some information to help educate them. An educated audience is a buying audience. And, more email check-ins. I haven't filled out all of my tips and tools and stuff, but I spaced it out. Right now, I have these going out once a month, but of course, as I generate more content, I'll be filling it in so that they will be getting these messages a little bit more frequently. So rather than once a month, they'll be getting them every 2 weeks or every week. But I do add in between these check-ins where let me look at this. I'll open up this SMS. So this is a text message that goes out. I remind them who I am. And then I, say, hey, I'm just checking to see if there's anything I can do for you. How you doing? And let them know I'm here. And this keeps me top of mind. So they may be on my list and they're not necessarily ready to, or they weren't ready to buy at the time when we had a discovery call or when they first came to my website or downloaded my lead magnet. But ultimately, at some point in the future, they may be ready. And when they are, I want to pop up in their on their phone or in their email to let them know, hey, I'm here. I'm still offering something. You came to me for a solution. When you're ready, it's still available for you. Maybe not at the same price as it was, maybe. We don't know. But this this is how you set it up, and there's no necessarily set order for you to do it. I would mix it up, have a story, have a couple of tips and education posts or emails. Sometimes I do duplicate my posts in here. And then I personalize it and make it a story, share the experiences. So you can have some emails that are just strictly stories and experiences that you're, kind of a behind the scenes, right? Of what's going on in your business. But you can also weave those stories into your education emails so that they are they're kind of well-rounded. And then some of these, they're not necessarily direct selling, but at the bottom, I do give them some links like how can you work with me? So I have several ways where they can start working with me. Okay. So there's no necessarily set order that you should put them in, but you should mix them up so that you're not necessarily doing multiple check-ins at once or multiple stories at once. Having the multiple educations side by side, that's fine. But yeah, so you don't have to do it where everything is like story, 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 then tip, 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 story, 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 check in, check in, check in, mix it up. Like putting it in a bowl and just kind of mixing it up. Now, And my series actually lasts about 7 months. And then what I do is, since I haven't gone in here to put in some new content in a little while, I have it send my people back to the beginning. And in that way, they stay a part of this series and they continue to get content from me. And this is great because, what if the first time around they didn't open the email where I introduced myself? So the second time or the third time around, they do get it. Um, what if they didn't open one of these other emails the first time around, but the second time they do? And when you are asking questions of them and they are responding back to you and you're engaging with them over email and over text, then their email systems are recognizing the emails that you're sending as valuable, and they're more likely to put those emails into their inbox rather than promotions or spam. Um, so those are some great, ways to keep your list engaged. Ask them questions. So part of that check-in is asking them questions. So that's how I have people responding back to me. So let me stop sharing now. Okay, so one of the questions that was asked to me was, well, she said she's had her mailing list for several years now, and no matter how much she tries to engage with them, no matter how much she asks them questions, it's crickets. Nobody's engaging. So here is what I think about that. First of all, check your analytics. Make sure that your emails are not bouncing. If your emails are bouncing, then what could be happening is that with some people, if the emails are bouncing to some people or a lot of people, then your emails for everybody else will start to go into spam, and that's because the email servers and email systems are looking at it like, okay, well, this must not be a legitimate email email system. They're just sending out emails willy nilly, and it can't be legit because they're constantly sending out emails to email addresses that are not legitimate. So you want to make sure that you're checking to make sure that you are pruning the email addresses that do bounce. If they're bouncing, you want to take them off your list. You want to keep a clean list so that your emails can continue to be delivered into inboxes that you want them to go into. Another tip, reach out through text message and make sure your people are actually still interested in your content. Do a check in and check to see if they're still there. They're still breathing, right? The heart's still pumping. Make sure they're still interested in what you're offering. And then maybe ask them a question like, ask them directly. Hey, you haven't responded to any of the emails that I've been sending. Is the content boring? Are you just not interested in what I'm sending anymore? Would you rather hear about something else? You know, people love answering questions about their opinions. So ask them their opinion. Now, also step up your lead magnet activities. Step up attracting new leads and add new leads to your list. The more new leads you have, the more life you'll have in your email list. New people bring new life. They're new to you, they're fresh, and they'll be more likely to engage. Update your content. Maybe answer questions that you get on social media, and let people on your email list know the kind of questions you're answering, and the kind of content that you're putting out on social media. Because sometimes we'll have like a lot of engagement out on social media, but our email list is kind of dead. It's just a dud, right? So infuse some of that social media life into your email list. Let them know what's going on. And then also be careful with AI. I like AI, but like I say, I say it all the time on my socials, is that it can't replace you. It doesn't have the creativity that you have. It's great for sparking ideas, but sometimes the tone and voice of the content that it generates can be generic. So, and if your content sounds really generic that you're sending out, it's not going to inspire engagement in your list. So be careful with that. And by the way, if you want to know about the email system that I'm using, it's called Biz Greenhouse, and it is a CRM that includes the email and lets me also text. And I can also like send out messages to Facebook Messenger and Instagram Messenger as well, all within the same workflow. So it's really pretty cool. Check that out. I'll put a link in the description. And if you have any more questions, please let me know. Put your takeaways in the comments. Subscribe to this channel, like the video, and do all the things that YouTube folks know to do. Oh yeah, share it out to people who need to hear this. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.